We're back. Ryan Lavarnway, you've been on the show before, back again. Last time you were here was World Series. Now you have your World Series ring that I wore a few minutes ago, and now we have a lockout. Can we fucking win in baseball at all?
Yeah, you want to wear the ring for the interview?
Yes,
okay.
I do. 100%.
I was just telling these guys that I don't wear it very often, but every time I do, my rental car gets upgraded.
That's so sick. That's so bad. What do you go from like a Honda to a Porsche?
Yeah, I paid for the like $12 Ford Fiesta.
Okay.
And I had an appearance in Boston, so I busted it out. And they were like, "Do you want this convertible Mustang?" And I was like, "Do people say no to that?"
Absolutely not.
Life is a highway, man.
My mom drives a Mini Cooper convertible, not as sick as the Mustang, but literally every time I'm back in New York, she's like, "Where are you?" And I'm just driving it by the beach. It's just so beautiful. You can't not. If it's an option, you got to take it, especially over like a minivan.
If it's in summer, yes.
Yes.
This particular time, it happened to be January in Boston.
Doesn't matter.
Ooh.
But that doesn't ruin the story. I still got to drive a Mustang with a Hemi around.
That's sick. That's sweet. All right, what's with the lockout? Are we gonna get past this, or when are we gonna see baseball? Are we gonna see it in May?
Eventually, we will see baseball. Yeah. I don't know if we're gonna be on time. I hope we are.
Yeah.
Because that's what I love to do. That's my job.
Yeah.
My thought is that when we were all in school, we did our homework the night before it was due.
Yes.
Homework's almost due.
Yes.
On getting this lockout figured out. So we need to come to a solution. We need to get both sides to the bargaining table and work out something that both people are comfortable with, but nobody's going to be happy with it at the end of the day. That's how bargaining works.
Can I throw a crazy concept out there? Can we just give the players what they want and call it a day finally?
I feel like it's not that simple.
No, but I mean, it isn't that simple, obviously. But I feel like maybe it's like the way they portray it. But every time any other kind of league, the NBA, the NFL, it's very player happy. It just is. I think we spoke about this last time. We speak about this all the time, Nick and I. Baseball, and this comes from a place of absolute love because it's like our favorite sport. It just doesn't do a great job of monopolizing or monetizing their players and putting their players first.
What I would love to see is the owners and the players on the same side trying to make baseball as great as it could possibly be. Because the NBA really pushes its popular players to the audience. That's what the fans want to see. Yes. They want to see their favorite players being successful, having fun playing the game, and that's what baseball could be doing better.
Yes.
Is we have these unbelievable generational talents out there, these guys that aren't getting to their audiences that aren't their own.
No.
But they're so stinking talented. Baseball, the talent on the field is better than it's ever been before.
Yeah, I mean by a lot. I mean, like, it's one of those things where first of all, ESPN came out with the top 100 baseball players of all time list, and no offense to Christy Mathewson, but don't tell me he's a better player than like A-Rod.
I literally just saw a list of Babe Ruth being like the number 4 athlete of all time.
It's like, dude,
come on, man.
For his generation, yes.
See, I'm sure he's amazing, but put down the peace pipe and let's call a spade a spade. It's for real, for that whole list was a gong show. And I mean, and this is not even being like a Red Sox homer because I love Jeter, but you play the game and as a hitter, like you can't really tell me that Jeter's a better player than Ichiro or Pujols. That's crazy.
Last time I was on this podcast, I told you that I thought Shohei Ohtani was better than Babe Ruth, and your mind exploded on camera.
Yeah.
But that dude is insane.
I'm an easy sell.
I mean, he's only been in the league for a couple of years now, or maybe even one, but healthy.
For like a year.
Healthy, yeah.
But so sustainable, honestly.
Dude is unreal.
It's. I was always nervous, and when the season started and he was hitting the way he was hitting, I was like, just leave him out there. Don't let him pitch because like if he gets hurt with an elbow injury, not only do you lose your best pitcher, which he is your best pitcher, but you lose your best hitter too, or your second best hitter, I guess, because like you have Mike Trout.
But if you're building a team in Anaheim, you have the hitting.
Yeah.
Yes. What do you need?
Always have, honestly.
You need the pitching.
They never have it ever
for that club. They need him on the mound.
Oh yeah, that's true. I mean, they have never. I don't understand what the Sox are doing either. Like obviously we have the Sox ring right here. You know I'm a Sox fan. Like I know it's the lockout. I know not a lot of moves are made. But Bloom was like nowhere to be found when it came to the bullpen. Like Sox have bullpen issues. Like we have pitching issues. Like he was nowhere to be found. I don't know. I just didn't like him sitting on the sideline when there's a crazy frenzy going. I'm glad we didn't throw $500 million at Semien and Seager. Like that. What was that? But like I wish they threw a little money in pitching when it started.
Whenever they do figure out this lockout, we're gonna have such a feeding frenzy for about 10 days. And then spring training is going to start so fast that we're going to be left with our heads spinning of who's even on what team, where are we going, and what are we doing.
I mean, there's a boatload of guys that are still out there.
So
myself
many guys.
included.
Yeah,
Let's
exactly.
go.
Let's go, man.
Yeah. Sign this man right now. No, but it's like for real. Like it's first of all, would you as a GM, and I think first of all, I think Semion's one of the most underrated players in baseball.
Agreed. Good dude too.
Sure.
Yeah.
Never gets any love. Like, dude just hit 48 bombs as a second baseman. Like that's ridiculous.
I played with him in Oakland.
Yeah.
And he didn't get the love there. That was where he started. That's where he spent his first 6 years in the big leagues.
Yeah.
And there was rumors. I mean, and I'm not in the front office yet. I might be eventually. But the rumor was that he was gone as soon as he hit the time where they had to pay him.
Yeah.
And they had prospects coming up that they loved. But I would watch this dude play, and I'm like, why isn't he loved more? Why isn't he your franchise player? He's the cornerstone that you can build a team around.
Yeah, it's too bad Oakland's just not a baseball city.
It's a joke. It's like every time. It's honestly like it's like a rich old white dude is what Oakland is, because every time the wife gets too old, they just find a new one.
All right,
Fair?
I know you're Boston fans,
Yeah.
and I love Boston. And Oakland, the people that love Oakland baseball, we got to give them some respect too, because
shout out to all 7 of you.
When you know what?
And your families.
And your families.
When I was with the Red Sox, this is one of like my key memories from when I was with the Red Sox. Remember that song, Do the Bernie Lean came out?
Yeah.
We were in Oakland getting our absolute asses kicked.
Hammered, yeah.
And the Bernie Lean song was a thing. And the actor that played Bernie in the movie threw out the first pitch.
Really?
And this place was rocking.
Yeah, I'm
the
sure
whole
it gets
stadium.
Hyped. I'm sure it gets hyped. I mean, they go to the playoffs. I'm sure it gets. You gonna tell me it's like Fenway?
It's not Fenway, but it was pretty darn cool.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm sure, like Pittsburgh gets hyped.
But not the year that I was there.
No.
You remember I played for a third of the league in the big leagues at this point.
What are you at? 8?
I'm at 8 in the majors. Yeah.
Pittsburgh, Oakland, Boston.
If I don't do it in order, I get lost.
Okay, go.
Boston, Baltimore, Atlanta, Oakland, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Miami, Cleveland.
How's Joey Votto?
So I was taking an online class through Yale to try to get my degree when I was with.
Humble brag.
World Series ring, Yale degree.
You said it. You left out Olympics.
Oh yeah.
When I was with,
shout out to Israel.
I'm writing a paper about Walt Disney, and Joey Votto is like, first of all, he loved the fact that I was taking online classes because he's doing that too. He's getting his degree, but he's like, "What are you doing? Like, come have a beer with the boys."
Yeah.
Joey Votto, I have a lot of respect for him as he's kind of become the leader on that team. And I don't know that he was a natural leader in his personality, but he's stepped up. He understands that he's the franchise player and the role he has to play in that town.
Yeah.
And he's embraced it.
Well, when it rains, I'm a big believer in sports. When it rains, it pours. Like, I really, truly, look, Braves win, Bulldogs win. Tampa Bay Lightning wins, Rays go to the World Series, Buccaneers win. Look, Boston's tight. I seriously think when it rains, it pours. And I'm not saying this Reds team is going to go to the ship next year, but Cubs kind of are down. Pirates are dog do. The Brewers are hit or miss for me. I mean, their front line.
The Brewers are good.
Woodruff and Burns are ridiculous, and Peralta's nasty, and Hader is also. I mean, they're both.
Yelich needs to figure it out though.
Yeah,
you can't pay that guy that much money.
Yelich
early leader for comeback player of the year. We don't even have a season yet. That's my vote.
I'm down with that.
Don't be surprised.
It's him or Bellinger. As long as him and Bellinger hit somewhat well, it would be one of the two of them.
I told you Shohei was going to win the MVP. I was right.
Yes.
I'm calling Christian Yelich right now comeback player of the year.
Where do we meet him? We met him at a bar.
Yeah, it was Cabo Cantina.
Cabo Cantina.
We're watching the Texas OU game, baby.
Bro,
hook 'em horns.
You just signed one of the fattest contracts we've ever seen. You're an upgrade over Cabo Cantina.
He was just hanging out there with his boy.
An upgrade,
We're like,
yeah.
You're about to win the MVP.
That's fine. He's low maintenance, man. He doesn't have to.
A lot of the baseball guys are.
He doesn't have to forget who he is.
Do you think that's an issue then? In some instances, some of the NBA guys and the football guys are very heavy on social media, but then on the opposite, a lot of the MLB guys aren't. Have you noticed that?
What I know about my media training when I was with the Red Sox was they basically said social media is the devil, and the only thing that it could do is get you in trouble. So I had a Twitter handle when I was with the Red Sox at Ryan Lavarnway, if you're looking for it, and I got 30,000 followers just for being on the Red Sox.
Yeah.
Instagram didn't even exist yet. That's how old I am at this point. Now that I have Instagram, I'm hoping to get some people on there.
Yeah.
Or Lavarnway. But the key is now that I'm late to the game because all my Red Sox media training was the only thing social media is good for is getting you in trouble. So we need to change the game.
That's a lie.
It's a lie. It's a lie, and the world has changed.
People make money off of it now. It's a brand it's a job for some people. They literally
100%.
get branded opportunities and they get
100%. But the way that
You
baseball,
can be a hot girl and make millions of dollars.
the way that baseball has approached it, especially as it was in its infancy, was they didn't embrace it, and they could embrace it much better.
That's the old school rules that they always still have in place, right? Like when Tatis hits a 3-0 count grand slam. Oh, the unwritten rules are not supposed to do that. It's like, come on, the game has changed.
And
it's
what do
exciting
people
now.
want to see? That's the
They want
highlight.
to see that. They want to see the bat
fights.
flip. They want to see the
not like fights. Like I don't want to see guys go at it. But like
Baseball meets UFC.
Yeah.
No, I don't want the Odor Batista.
They should
stuff.
mic up the managers when they go out and talk to the umpires.
That would
Yes.
be that's a great.
That's a great idea.
That's actually a great idea. I don't want like fist fights, but I like the jarring back and forth. We had Brad Keller on our show, and he
With Tim Anderson. He had beef with Tim Anderson.
He had beef with Tim Anderson, and they, from being on our show, reignited the beef. They weren't fist fighting, but there was like some jawing at each other. We want the rivalry.
You guys are throwing gasoline on the fire.
Would love to.
Oh, it's so fun.
Do you remember when Booney with the Yankees went out there and he was mic'd up, or maybe the umpire was mic'd up, and these guys are freaking savages?
Yeah, my guys are savages.
Savages, and the team embraced that, and the audience, the fan base embraced that. It was awesome.
Yeah, I hate him. Boone. I think Boone. I can't stand him because of,
What do you have against him other than the home run he hit against the Red Sox? That's it.
I'm sure
he was doing his job.
I like that he's from San Diego.
I'm sure. Look, here's the deal. I don't hate him as a person. I hate him as a player. And I can't really complain because as a fan of 4, 7, 13, 18, the whole 9 yards. So I can't. It's the same thing as I see Lincoln Riley walk by, and our boss of the network is like, hey, you know, like my cousin's his PR person. She'll be with him. Go up and say hi. I was like, in my mind, I'm like, yeah, that's the mature thing to do. I see him walk by, I hook him horns. Like I can't not do that to the. What am I gonna do?
We're sports fans, man. What do you want us to do?
Yeah,
Come on.
You see the actor that played Voldemort walk by the street and you throw mud on him?
I would say Avada Kedavra, and no question. I would Expelliarmus. I tried to disarm him.
Can I even say the word Voldemort without starting catching on fire?
Do you actually know we're crazy Harry Potter fans? Like on our radio show all the time, like
References
Toss
galore.
and I. Toss wasn't on the show. You haven't met Toss.
Who is not a Harry Potter fan from our generation?
Nick,
No, I've seen
you
them all.
are.
All right, I can turn my chair
guys.
facing this way.
No, he was like on our show. He was like, "How many times have you guys? Because you guys reference it all the time. Have you guys seen it?" And without missing a beat, our third member goes 9 3/4 times.
That almost seems low.
Yeah, it's almost. My mom has read the book 7 times. It's like respect, but also read a new book, Mom. You have a Kindle.
You got a World Series ring right here. We got a big game coming up. These guys can get rings here. Who do you got?
Okay, so I was thinking about this on the flight over. I'm here doing Super Bowl media. I'm a baseball guy, but I could talk football. When I watch Joe Burrow after these wins, that's the coolest cat on the planet.
Oh yeah, the
and
glasses, the chain.
I think you probably got David versus Goliath with this all-star team they got on the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
And I bet everyone in the universe is counting out the Bengals, but I've been on those teams that get counted out. When I was on Team Israel, when I was on the Red Sox, and nobody gave us a chance, I'm going Bengals.
Me too, baby. Ride it.
That's
He's a winner. He doesn't lose.
Heart says Bengals, head says
Rams. I've been seeing this press conference of when he lost in the state championship, and he's saying this is the worst day of my life, worst feeling of my life. Doesn't want us to happen again. Goes and wins a natty with LSU. His second year in the league, he tore his ACL last year, and he's in the Super Bowl. They're picking in the top 5 last year of the NFL draft.
The ACL tears. They picked 2 first. He was the first one picked 2 years ago. I mean, the ACL tears crazy. Have you had
my
injury
concern?
like that?
Well, I had a couple hand surgeries, and you feel like it lingers longer than you want it to.
Yeah,
I understand that. My concern with the Bengals is the line, because we're watching the games last week. Unbelievable games so far in these playoffs, by the way. But he's scrambling and he's dodging and he's playing dodgeball out there with 300-pound dudes that run 4.0 60s, and then throwing up Hail Marys and making these unbelievable plays. But how many of those can he pull out of the hat?
Yeah, well, he got sacked 9 times in the divisional game, and then I think he got sacked 1 time in the conference championship.
But he was evasive that
But he was
game.
evasive. But you know
He
what?
was running for his
That's
life.
when he's best.
Yeah, he was great on the run. I mean, it's one of those things that, like, we met Aaron Donald 2 years ago in Miami. You thought we looked different in person. He's for sure shorter than you. He's probably Nick's height, maybe a little smaller. He's not that tall, and he is just a literal brick house.
He's a tank with a Ferrari engine.
Exact. The guy is ridiculous.
Good description.
Yeah. Take that.
I don't think he gets talk about players that don't get enough pub. Outside of LA, I don't know that people know how good he is.
People think he's like great, but my issue is he's the best. Like maybe the best ever. He might be the best defensive player of all time. And like he plays like
how many defensive player of the years has he won?
I think 2 or 3. Might have 3. He could win it every year. It's like one of the LeBron things. Like he could do it every year.
People get over it.
It's like people like someone didn't even have Giannis in their top 5 MVP for this year, and it's like
they get bored with his greatness.
It's like one of those things.
It's a damn shame too.
People are tired of Trout. People get tired. The only thing. We'll see how long this Ohtani thing goes. People are like, Mookie could have his like worst year ever, and it's still amazing. And people are like, write him off, like whatever. Like it's old news. But yeah, I mean it's unfortunate. Like it's like our attention span these days. Unless you're Christy Mathewson, people worship you for years.
Or Harry Potter.
I mean, yeah. Shout out to Daniel Radcliffe for sure. All right.
Official pick is Bengals, though, yeah?
Official pick is Bengals.
I'm kind of with you where my head is Rams and my heart is Bengals, but I play with my heart.
Love that.
I'm going Bengals.
And that's why you're a pro athlete. That's why I didn't make it past Little League. Tell them about the book and tell them what else you're working on, Ryan, and let you rock, man.
I wrote a kid's book. It's in the publishing stage right now. We'll see what comes out of that.
Awesome.
But I'm doing speeches and I'm talking about leadership. I've played for some of the best managers around. Buck Showalter, Terry Francona, and some of the things that I've learned from them have made my game go to the next level and really opened up my mind to the possibilities of how good I could be. So I want to go out there and I want to share this with other people and really learn how to lead yourself and how to lead others.
So they got to follow you on social to find out where you are, yeah?
Yeah, check me out on my social. Look for what's next.
Awesome.
Love it.
One of our favorite guests, Ryan Lavarnway. We'll see you around, man. And thank you for the ring. Really appreciate it. Good stuff.
I'm going to need that back.
Yeah, that's for you.